I was about to say good morning. Good afternoon.
False habit. Good afternoon.
Hello. Welcome to the new time slot of YG TV. I did see there's lots of you watching. I'm just going to grab the iPad so I can say hello to you. Thanks ever so much for coming in the afternoon. Yes, we're moving to the afternoons for the foreseeable future. I'm Bex Edwards. Adam's with me. We've both got colds. Apologies if there's a bit of coughing and spluttering happening throughout the next couple of hours. We're powering through, aren't we?
We are, yeah. Well, I'm on the back end of it, and Bex, unfortunately, is just kind of going into it.
My head is so full.
Yeah.
I hope you're all well anyway. 'Tis the sneezing, as we say. Unfortunately, there's a few things running around. But listen, we are here, and we're here to talk to you about all of the wonderful plants that we bring you at YG TV. Now, a few of the boring things to fill you in on, actually, they're quite exciting because it's the ways that you're going to be able to save money. First thing is, we get free postage, don't we?
We do get free postage. Now, there is a special way you need to get that free postage. You need to enter our YGTV code. So that will give you the free postage as well as loads and loads of other things as well. And basically, everything you see today in the potting shed is free postage. If you decide to go on the website and order something outside, you will incur postage. But if you enter that YGTV 4925, week 49, my goodness me, where's the year gone? You'll get that free postage. Also, you get all our best deals, double ups, bog offs, all those kind of things will all happen when you enter what I call that little magic key there, that code.
It does indeed. And any savings that you see, double up deals, you know, all those sorts of things, it's all unlocked by using that offer code that you can see on the screen there. I can see that you're all chatting away in YouTube. Thank you very much for joining. Lots of you watching and saying hello. If you're watching on Facebook, hello to you as well. I'm sure Matt will. Oh, David and Penny, hello to you. Matt's keeping an eye on things in his little shed outside. And if you want to email us, you are most welcome to. We are here. We're live on Thursday afternoon. The email address is on the bottom of the screen there, ygtv@yougarden.com. There is a club that you can join. Watching YGTV is the best way, isn't it, to get the best prices?
Yeah, again, I mean, if you join the club as well, and the great thing about the club, you join the club, the price stays the same for always. It was £20, it's now £10 a year, and providing you do the auto renewal on that, it will stay £10 per year forever and ever and ever. And it basically gives you 15% off plants and accessories. And then if you want to buy things like sort of powered lawnmowers or sort of patio furniture or something like that, you can get 7.5% off those kind of things as well. So honestly, you know, by the time you enter the code, by the time you join the club, all these different things put together, when you click that little button at the end, you're going to be mind blown just how much you're going to save using all these different methods.
Absolutely. All right, hello to you all. Suzanne, Jules, Neil, who's watching with no sound on, but I'm sure he'll watch back later. Hello to you as well. Marissa, yes, we are on at last. Apologies. We were ready to go, and then the cameras decided to do something weird. But we are here now. Just loads of technical things. It's just anyway, we're here.
You know what those cameras thought? They thought, hold on, this is wrong.
Yeah, what are we doing?
What we do? We don't normally do this in an afternoon. So they've finally fallen in now and realised it's an afternoon.
And George, hello to you as well. Chat away to each other. Ask us any questions. Send us all your emails. Send us some pictures of what's going on in the garden. I tell you a job I did this morning. Planted my Kikushidari Sakura into a pot.
Good.
Got that planted, ready.
Got it done. Tick.
Done.
Tick
Tick that box.
And
absolutely.
have you got all your bulbs finally in?
No, I haven't done a thing.
Oh, I've finally got all my bulbs planted as well. There was a bonkers thing I saw on the way in this morning though. Huge, great big field of gladiolus in flower.
No
on
way.
The way. Yeah, yellow, pink, red, all flowering away.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mad.
Well, listen, there's loads of time to get your bulbs planted. In actual fact, we've got quite a few bulbs to show you during the next 2 hours as well, so we'll be coming on to those. But first of all, we're going to go to a true winter gem, a favourite, certainly of mine. You absolutely adore this one as well.
Yeah.
It's the Sarcococca Winter Gem. It's also known, I know it as Christmas Box and Sweet Box. It's got a few different names, but this is fantastic. This ticks so many gardening boxes.
It does, yeah. I mean, all the year through, you've got this fantastic foliage, always glossy, always shiny. And it's a shrub that will do very well in shade, part shade or full shade, but also it will grow in a sunny position if you keep it really, really moist. But the most fantastic thing it does, in fact, two brilliant things it does, look at these flowers. These flowers don't occur in midsummer. These occur in mid-winter. These are going to start coming out any week now, and they'll go all the way through Christmas, through January, through February. And the colours are beautiful, but what you can't pick up from that picture is the mind-blowingly beautiful, sweet, intoxicating fragrance that you'll get from this plant. We always say the fragrance from this plant will find you before you find where it's coming from.
You'll
Honestly,
smell it before you see it, won't you, this one?
Absolutely, Bex, on this one. It's tough, it's hardy, it forms a beautiful little clump. It only gets to about 60 to 75 centimetres tall. You can grow it directly in the ground. You can most certainly grow it in a pot or a container. It's long-lived, it's incredibly hardy. It will take -5, -10, -15, not bothered about the frost. And Bex is just showing you there what look like little grains of rice, but they are hundreds and hundreds of little flower buds that any week now are going to pop open for you.
Well, I was going to show, because actually these have been very green up to now, but I can start seeing, like just there, little bits of blush pink just starting to appear. There's loads of them, by the way, as you look all over the plant, and loads of them are still green, but there's some that are just turning that wonderful pink colour, which means, as Adam said, this is about to burst into flower any week now. Mine tends to wait until January before it comes into flower, but they can be in flower from December. And they are the most fragrant plant. Well, one of. I absolutely adore it, and I'm big on adding fragrance into the garden. It will grow in shade, it will grow in sun, it is clay soil tolerant, it's compact, it's neat, it's low maintenance. It's the perfect garden guest.
And I'll tell you something else I find with Bex, it never seems to get any pest diseases.
No.
Slugs and snails don't bother
Not
it.
bothered.
I've never seen caterpillars or anything like that bothering this plant. I've never seen it develop any leaf diseases. It really is one of those perfectly well-behaved shrubs that once you plant it, you just plant it, love it, leave it, and you just enjoy it year after year after year, and you enjoy it all the way through the year, every year, because you've got the evergreen foliage, you've got the flowers, and you've got the fragrance, but bang in the middle of winter, not in the middle of summer. So that's a real nice bonus.
Well, it should be £30, £29.99, and it should have £6.99 postage. But here, on the YGTV Live, in the potting shed, as long as you're a club member, you are going to pay £21.24. That is your delivered price. It should be nearly £37 once you add the delivery cost in there. £21.24 is the price that you're going to pay today. Really important to go for the larger one, in actual fact, because they're such slow growing plants. It takes years for them to get to this size. So this is definitely one you want to skip to the good bit and go for the large one. 510579 is the item number if you'd like to go for the Sarcococca Hookeriana Winter Gem. Use the code to get your saving. Use the code to get your free postage. We are going to move on though. We've got another gem for you, one that I'm growing.
Yes.
Which is the Appletini. This is called the mini tree, the Malus Appletini here. I think this is super cute, and this is why I got hold of this in my garden as well.
Yeah, this is cute for loads of reasons. First of all, it's an apple tree that only gets to about 2 metres tall, and it's got a lovely sort of column shape to it as well. So very easy to grow in the smallest garden. You can totally 100% grow this in a pot or a container, no problem at all. And it has lots of gorgeous attributes. Firstly, in the spring, it will be covered in the most gorgeous sort of purpley pink apple blossom from top to bottom, just as you see here, smelling gorgeous, looking gorgeous. When the leaves first come out as well, they've got a lovely dark sort of chocolatey colour to them, and then as they mature they turn to a softer green. But what you will get later in the year, sort of August into September, you will get fruit that are about golf ball size. Golf ball size fruit on this, and they are sweet, they are delicious, they've got lovely deep red skins, lovely sweet flesh inside, and they're great for kids, great for children, great for putting in lunch boxes, and just easy to grow this. Very minimal pruning, very straightforward. Is this yours one, Bex?
Yeah, so I've just connected my phone, so I'm scrolling through. I just wanted to show you the blossom on there because it is such a beautiful pink blossom. There we go, it's working all right now. It's just a bit juddery, but the blossom is absolutely delightful. And if I just skip forward, you can see that those were the apples starting to form earlier on this year, and moving on, that's as they're ripening. They're not massive at all, and that's what I really like about these. Beautiful red flesh that you've got on there, and a really nice flavour to them as well. Nice crunch, nice taste to them too.
The colour is lovely on those. I mean,
it's really pretty, isn't it?
Yeah, really kind of gorgeous sort of pinky sticky red fruit, but really sweet, really delicious, very crunchy, and to say just great for putting in lunch boxes or chopping up and putting in fruit salads. I guess you could even try and preserve these if you wanted to, or even make a little pie out of them.
Why not?
Don't see why not.
Do you know what? I'm growing it because I just thought it was interesting, unique, a little bit different, nice and compact. You know, I don't have masses of space in my garden, so I did want to have just something really, you know, pretty, that's a bit of a talking point, and that's exactly what I did with this one. It's in a 30-litre heavy-duty pot. It's in our premium professional compost. You showed me how to prune it, so I've been doing it like that every year since.
Yeah.
And they are very simple. Now, it's going to take a year or two before it's going to start getting productive. Of course it is. You know, it needs growing on a little bit, but this is a wonderful little project and something that you can grow in a small space.
And it has a lovely upright growing habit to it as well. So it's not going to be an apple tree that's going to go wide and take up lots of space. So literally, you know, like I say quite often, if you're just 3 floors up and got a balcony, you can grow this in a pot or a container. And that 30-litre pot that Beck spoke about that hers is in, you know what, that's probably going to be big enough for this plant forever. To be honest, it's not going to need a bigger pot than that. All you've got to do is liquid feed it. Excuse me. Every so often. Goodness me, we sound healthy, don't we, the pair of us? Keep it fed, liquid fed, and it'll be really, really happy. Keep it watered. I'm just going to let Bex talk, so I'm going to grab my water.
You go for it. Funnily enough, Matt's really struggling as well. We're all bunged up at the moment. But yes, it's super easy to look after, completely winter hardy. I don't pay it a huge amount of attention. Yes, I've fed it a couple of times, and I pruned it. In fact, did I prune? Yeah, you're supposed to prune it after you've picked your fruits off it. So just a little bit around the tops of the branches.
Summer pruning, they think they call that.
Yeah. So as soon as the fruits had sort of gone over and I'd picked them off, I gave a little bit of pruning on there, and now I'm just going to leave it alone and I'm going to enjoy that beautiful blossom in springtime. It's the apple tree, the Malus Appletini. Small tree and small apples it produces, so great for smaller spaces. It's £11.04 right now. 300210 is the item number. You are saving a couple of quid on the price, but you're also going to save your £6.99 on the postage as well. Hello to everyone else who's starting to join in there. Eleanor says, yay, I remembered you were on. Hello everyone. Hello to you, Eleanor. Nice to have you joining us. And Anne, good afternoon. Welcome to YGTV in the afternoons. Lovely to have your company. We are here live until 4 o'clock this afternoon. Now we've come over to the favourites table, so we'll run down this one for you. This one is a true favourite, one that I've just started growing this year. Neil, I know he's growing this. When he watches back later, he's got wonderful Barnsley baby growing already. Let us know if you're growing this. Let us know what you think about it. It is a beauty, isn't it? A nice compact Lavatera.
It's stunning. And John, my husband, he's actually got 3 of these. Got them from YouGarden, of course. John started growing these in his front garden now. Put them in a pot about that big at the moment, and they've already grown about that size. They've taken a good few frosts already. We've not had severe frost, but we've had a -1, -2 where I live, but they've got through that no problem at all. And the lovely thing about this particular plant is, if if you're as old as me, you remember kind of back in the 70s and 80s when they first brought out mallows, or lavateras, they grew into huge, great big bushes, and people fell out of love with them because they used to split at the base. They became very gawky and sort of unkempt, and then somebody bred this beautiful variety called Lavatera Barnsley baby, and this only gets to about 60 to 75 centimetres tall. It is perfect. Again, a bit like the Appletini we were talking about, this has got beautiful upright growth on it, and you are just looking at months and months and months of these beautiful, almost like hollyhock, soft pink flowers that just keep going and going and going and going. And if you want to bring bees, pollinators, those kind of insects into your garden, this is an ideal plant. Incredibly easy to grow in a pot or a container. Of course, you can grow it in the open ground if you want to. And all they really ask of you, Lavateras, basically is they like sunshine, and they like a well-drained soil, but they'll grow in really poor soils. They're not fussed about a very, very rich soil, gravelly, stony, clay, anything like that. As long as it's got good drainage and it's sunny, they'll thrive, they'll grow, they'll come back year after year, and they will just give you those months and months of fantastic colour. And you know what, you don't even need to bother deadheading.
No.
You just enjoy them. Simple as that.
They are stunning, honestly. Really beautiful plants. Mine have all sort of gone over, dropped their leaves now, but they actually still look quite architectural. I've got them in a 30-litre heavy-duty pot. I put 2 into a heavy-duty pot. That's filled it very quickly. It's just a stunning one to bring pollinators pollinators into your garden as
Yeah,
well. They
pollinators love
really
them.
enjoy it. So these are ones that we've grown ourselves here at the nursery, by the way. These were grown by the YouGarden team. So yes, you can get 3 of those 9-centimetre pots delivered to you. They're perfect for planting right now. Remember, you can still plant perennials in the ground. It's not a problem. I was out planting things just this morning before I came into work, so it's totally possible. £11.04 is your price. You are saving on that one. Wow, £16.98 saving on that one. 510339. Enter your code to get your saving and your free postage as well. You are definitely saving more than you're spending on that one. Next up, we've got the hellebores. Now, hellebore double queen mix. I flipping love a hellebore, and I also really enjoy the colour mix you're getting here.
I don't want to be boring. Well, I'll try not to be.
I'm going to be hella boring.
But yeah, but I like it. It's good. But I've actually got these as well. I got 2 packs of these from YouGarden recently. I've planted these in a kind of a shadier part of my garden, and that's the great thing about these. In fact, not just the one great thing. These are just brilliant for so many reasons. These plants are actually what I call audacious, and the reason I call them audacious is because you see these beautiful flowers. You've got flowers there with a solid single colour. You've got some that are speckled. They're all double. Now, looking at those flowers, you would think, oh my goodness me, they're delicate. They must look gorgeous in the middle of the summer. But honestly, they will look like that in the middle of winter. At that bonkers time. If you bought the Sakakaka Winter Gem, these would be perfect for planting underneath.
That would be a nice combination.
Yeah, because they would flower at a similar time. These give you colour in the garden at the most severely awful, dreadful time of year. They are tough, they are hardy, they are robust. They don't care if it's -5, -10, -15. And I'm sorry to bore you again, but every year I go to this place called Anglesey Abbey on the outskirts of Cambridge on the 6th of January, and they are noted for having one of the most famous winter gardens in the UK. And every 6th of January I go there, the hellebores are just about to start bursting into flower. In fact, they're showing colour. There's absolutely carpets of snowdrops already growing underneath them. And at that time of year when there's so little around, they will so lift your garden. But they'll grow in sun, they'll grow in shade, they'll grow in beds and borders, they'll grow in containers. They only get about sort of 12 inches tall. You've got that incredible range of colours, and they will seed about, and you'll end up with your own hybrids. They're quite promiscuous. So they'll produce seeds that will produce plants that will be unique to you, to your own garden. Eventually you can lift them, you can divide them, you can spread them about, but they will grow almost anywhere in the garden apart from very heavy waterlogged soil and bring you colour at the time of year you so desperately crave it.
I think we need to do a YouGarden outing to Anglesey Abbey.
I
think we all need to go together, honestly, don't we?
Because I mean, the Sakakaka Winter Gem, it's another one that's there as well. So yeah, I always kind of draw on my visit to that place when I talk about all these winter flowering gardens, plants and bulbs, because that's the first thing that jumps into my mind. Not, the fragrance when we talk about the Sakakaka, obviously the colour when we talk about the hellebores, for example. But looking at that picture there, if you knew nothing about gardening or hellebores, you'd easily be forgiven for thinking, well, something with a flower like that would have to flower in late spring or summer. How could flowers this delicate, this tropical, this wonderful looking, how could they flower in like January and February? But they do. They are tough, and also they're always evergreen. They always have leaves on all the way through the year, so you're never looking at, even in midwinter, you're not looking at bare stumps or nothing. You're looking at leaves, and then of course you're looking at the flowers as well, the incredible flowers on these.
Now make sure that you keep them regularly watered. They don't like to dry out, but these do love a shady spot in the garden. You can grow them in pots and containers. Just make sure those pots keep well watered throughout the summer months, because they don't like to obviously dry out, but absolutely brilliant at problem solving and putting into those shady spots in the garden. You could do some really good, clever planting combinations with those plants and other ones in your shady corners. 480961 is the item number. You're going to get 6 of those plug plants included. It's £15.28. You saw the sort of size that they're at as well. Those are raring to grow. So a couple of pounds saving on that, free postage with your code as well. Next up, we're moving into some bulb territory. Lots more bulbs to show you. They're over on the big table over there. This is an amazing daffodil. Matt is desperate to tell you. It's an amazing daffodil. What we've got for you is the Narcissus mixed miniatures. There are 35 bulbs included in here. £8.49. Come on.
I've got this sort of pantomime thing going on in my head because I've heard somebody say it's too late to plant bulbs, and I'm going, oh no it isn't. And somebody else, oh no it isn't, Matt. It is definitely not too late to plant bulbs. You know what? You can keep planting bulbs right the way up into January if you want to plant bulbs, and these are great. Now this is a mix of 35 miniature daffodil bulbs, and I never used to be a fan of mixed bulb packs until this year when I actually planted some last autumn. They came up this spring, and the thing I really liked about it is because there were so many different varieties, rather than them all coming up and all dying at the same time, it spread out the flowering display. It kind of tripled the amount of time that the daffodils were flowering, so you're getting that lovely mix in here. And also if you've got a really windy garden, got an exposed garden, and the taller daffodils get snapped by the gales and the windy weather in March, these hug the ground. These only get about 8-9 inches tall. Some of them will be multi-headed, some of them will be fragrant, and they're small enough and compact enough to grow in pots, troughs, window boxes, even hanging baskets. They'll come back year after year. They don't care how cold it gets in the winter time. And also I generally find with the miniature daffodils, the foliage dies away a lot more quickly in the spring than the bigger daffodils as well. So they're ideal for planting in lawns because you don't have to wait months and months and months before you can cut the grass.
I love daffodils because they're very keen to naturalise.
They are, yeah.
Like of spring bulbs, there's a few. You know, there's your grape hyacinths and Chionodoxa. They'll multiply as well. But daffodils are well known for kind of creating wonderful colonies and spreading throughout the garden. And they're just really easy to look after. Quintessentially, just absolutely British, aren't they? Which we love. 600317 is the item number if you'd like to go for that one. We've also got another daffodil for you as well. If you want to have a little look on the website, which is YouGarden.com, we've actually got this amazing collection here. So you're going to get the Narcissus Tete-a-Tete bundle. So you're getting, I can't remember how many bulbs are in that pack though, but you're getting a bag, 30 bulbs, there we go. So you're getting a pack of 30 bulbs, you're getting the wonderful square planter, you're getting a 100-gram bag of the Blooming Fast fertiliser, and you're going to get 20 litres of compost as well. So this is perfect. You've got a ready-made gift right there, haven't you? That would be a lovely gift to get for somebody, and then they can just, they've got everything they need, they can just plant that up. So that one is available for you. You enter that code in, look, the price is coming down to £24.96, and there's no postage to pay on that. I am thinking Christmas gifts. I'm trying to give I'm trying to give as many plants for Christmas this year as possible. I'd love to get my relatives into, actually a lot of my relatives are already into gardening. You know, I learned a lot of what I know by osmosis without realising it from my parents, you know. But maybe it's a good gift for children as well, rather than getting them that, you know, computer game or whatever it might be. Get them that. It's going to take them 5-10 minutes to plant it up, and then they can watch that grow, or just get it for yourself. That would be beautiful, and it would last for many years as well. 600317 is the item number for your Narcissus mixed miniature. We will show you that other daffodil with the tete-a-tetes in a little while. It's just over there on the table. Matt's put the details up on the screen for you. So 201102, the item number. You're getting the bulbs, you're getting the compost, the planter, and the compost as well. Right, we're going to move on to some bare roots for you. This is the Sarah Bernhardt Peony bare root, and I think this is one of the most stunning peonies that we bring you. Do
you want it out in the bag, or should we leave it in the bag?
Yeah, we can leave it in the bag. We can see through it, can't we?
We can see the buds, can't we?
Oh my word, this is a massive, a huge, great big bare root. And can you see those little pink bits in there? Those are the eyes. That's the new growth that's going to come through, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Because what we do is, basically, this time of year when the peony's gone dormant, all the top growth has died down, we lift a great big root up for you from a mature plant that's been flowering. We divide it up and we make sure they've got those eyes on the root system, because they technically will be the flowering shoot or the foliage shoot, excuse me, for next year. So you could go out and buy these next spring pot grown, really nice maturing pots. You could pay £15 to £20 for a really well established peony in a pot. But honestly, you do not need to do that. Traditionally, for the last 200 or 300 years, if not for longer, this time of year, planting things bare root has been the way to go. It's good for the environment because you're not using loads of compost, you're not using loads of plastic pots. It's good for your pocket because you can get these plants for so much more, less outlay than buying them grown on in pots. And you know, if you was to set a little trial up for yourself and plant one of these bare root against a pot grown plant and then wait till the middle of summer next year, you're probably not going to notice that huge amount of difference. Yeah. And I can't guarantee it. There's even a chance that these may flower in the first year, but certainly the following year they will definitely flower. Year 1 they'll try and get themselves established, but year 2, 3, up to 50, 60 years time, peonies can keep going and they'll get bigger. So eventually you could have a dozen or so stems, you could have a dozen flowers on each one, and you could just have masses of these stunningly beautiful flowers for about 4 to 6 weeks.
And they are big flowers as well. So Sarah Bernhardt peonies are well known for being very petalicious and really big blousy blooms as well. Wonderful for cut flowers, gorgeous scent as well. 580033 is the item number for your bare root plant. It's only £8.49. Hello Dingo, who's found us on Facebook as well in the new time slot. Welcome everybody. Yes, we have changed the time. But we've gone back to what was our original time slot. Actually, we used to do this in the afternoon on a Thursday, and we're just doing this for the foreseeable future over the winter months. 2 till 4 on a Thursday. You can tune in and you can watch us live. You can interact, you can comment, you can send us your pictures and your emails and things, just as we used to do in the mornings. So thanks for everybody for finding us. Who else was there? There was Malcolm. Hello, Malcolm. Nice to have you here as well. Thank you very much for coming to join us. Right, so that was the Sarah Bernhardt peony. We've got one more item on the favourites table to show you, and this is the Rose Climbing Collection. You're going to get Dublin Bay, Golden Showers, and Zephyrin Druin included in here as well. A red, a yellow, and a pink.
Yeah, really, really beautiful collection of climbing roses. These are sort of classic, these roses. All of these have got fragrance to them. None of them get particularly tall, so 2.5, 3 metres thereabouts is the kind of height of these. And the Zephyrin Druin is particularly different because it's thornless. So no spikes, no spines, nothing kind of nasty about that. So very easy to grow, very easy to prune. They come as bare root plants. Again, more bare root. We were talking about the bare root peonies a moment ago. Now we're talking about bare root roses. And the whole concept, the whole idea about bare root is that when you lift plants this time of year, when they've gone dormant, they literally do not respond to being moved. They don't get stressed. They don't dry out. That's not a problem for them at all. They're lifted out the ground. We keep them in cool storage, make sure their roots stay moist. So from the point when they're lifted out the ground to when you finally replant them, they do not know they've been moved. All you've got to do is when you plant them, just make sure the little knuckly bit at the top is that normal inch or a couple of inches below the eventual soil level. These will start to grow away for you next spring. There's a really good chance you may even get some flowers on these next year. But obviously, again, the subsequent years, the roses will get really, really developed. You can grow these over rose arches, trellis, wires, up through other climbers if you want to as well. But it's such a good way of getting 3 of some of the most loved classic climbing roses at a crazy, crazy price. Or ignore me completely. Wait until June, July next year. Go to a garden centre and buy these 3 pot grown and pay £30 each, £90. Yeah. But don't do that. That is bonkers because you can get exactly the same results for that discount club price of £15.29.
Wow, for 3 bare root roses. That's £5.10 per bare root. That's absolutely incredible. Honestly, that's amazing. Now, it's really easy to plant and look after a bare root. I know a lot of you who are regular gardeners, you'll have heard us say this, or regular watchers of YGTV. We've told you about bare roots before, but if you're new and you haven't got a clue what you're doing with the bare root, it's dead easy. Watch this. Bare root plants come in a variety of different shapes and sizes. It could be flowers like the ones I've got here, the bowl of beauty peony, or maybe it's the Eramerus, also known as the foxtail lily. But it could also be things like your grow your owns, your fruit trees, your apples, your pears, your cherry trees, or maybe even peaches as well. The principles of planting are all fairly similar, and I'm going to talk you through all of those. But what is a bare root and what are the benefits to us as gardeners? A bare root is a dormant plant that's been kept in cold storage, which means it's kept in this dormant state. The benefits to us are, well, you pay less for them. You're not paying for the pot, the compost, the amount of time it's taken somebody to grow them on, so it's a much more economical way of gardening. The maintenance after planting is much less than a potted plant because you're only planting these in autumn and winter. And thirdly, you tend to get a larger selection. A lot of varieties aren't available as potted plants. Now, the first step to planting a bare root is to give it a really good drink. What you need to do is put it into a bowl of water or a bucket of water and give it a soak overnight. That really wakes the plant up, and then you can get on with your planting. Now, each plant is going to come with its own specific guidance on how and where it needs to be planted. Whether it's going into a ground or going into the pot, make sure you've got some really good compost. Our premium professional compost is the absolute best, and then we can get on with planting. When planting peonies, it's important to look at the depth you're planting. They don't want to be too deep or too shallow because ultimately that will mean that you don't get as many flowers, if any at all. So you're aiming for between 3 to 5 centimetres below the soil surface, and any of those beautiful bud points that you can see, have them pointing upwards as much as possible. So I've filled a pot with the premium professional compost. I'm aiming for 3 to 5 centimetres, buds pointing up, and I can cover that over. It doesn't need any extra winter protection because that will add layers on top of the compost, and we don't want to plant it too deep. The Eramoris is very similar. I'm going into the pot and container, so I'm just going to make a little planting hole, and I'm going to spread those roots out so that they can reach for the moisture, reach for the nutrients, and just cover with the compost. What I will do next is water those in, and ultimately I can now pretty much ignore those. The important thing to remember with bare roots is that they are going to stay dormant over winter. They're going to focus on getting those roots in without having to support leaves and flowers, which is why planting bare roots can be amazing for the actual plants and give you even bigger and better results. They may take a year to establish, but you'll be so happy that you've planted that bare root. So why plant bare roots? Well, it's very simple. They are more cost effective, so it's a wonderful way as a gardener to fill your garden without spending loads of money. There's a bigger variety available as bare roots as well, so you can fill your garden with as much colour and variety as you want. And it's such a simple and easy process. If you can plant a bulb, you can plant a bare root. So why not fill your garden with those wonderful bare roots and shop our range here at YouGarden. So there you go, that's a kind of, a general guide on planting bare roots. Most of the time, the theory for planting a bare root is very similar, depending on whether it's, as I showed in the video, or it's a climbing rose, or maybe even the rose patio standards that we're going on to here. It's super simple, and the only additional process is to soak those bare roots, as opposed to planting a potted one, so it's really nice and easy to do. We are going to move on. First of all, Eleanor, I've seen your email. You're asking for some advice. We've had a little chat, we've got some suggestions, but we'd really like to know how much sun that plot of land gets. So, is it a shady spot? Is it a sunny spot? Is it a bit of both? Can you let us know just roughly how much sun it's going to get in a daytime? And then, yes, we can give you some advice on that. Send us another email. While we're waiting for that, let's move on, because we've got the Rose Patio Standard Collection. This is one of, I think, the, if I was to say that, the staple plants that YouGarden do, I would definitely talk about Nandinas. I would definitely talk about the Orchard Collection, and this would definitely be in the list as well.
Well, you definitely need to talk about this because...
I should get my phone out, shouldn't I?
Because you've had the most bonkers, crazy results, success with these as well.
Well, I loved planting these, and I have actually got myself a new collection, and I'm going to plant them up again. Why not? Let's just go again. But you look at that and you think, come on, don't be stupid. What's that going to do? But actually, it develops and establishes really quickly.
It does. And if I put the root just down front, you can see how beautiful that root is.
It's a good root system, isn't it?
Really, really lovely root system. But it's very counterintuitive to people, if you're not an experienced gardener or you know about gardening, to see roots of a plant dangling about in mid-air. not actually in soil. But again, it's the same principles we've mentioned with the other bare root roses, the Climbing Collection, the Sarah Bernhardt peony. You lift things this time of year bare root, they do not know they've been disturbed. And ultimately, the main reason that you would plant bare root, especially in my industry as well, a lot of landscapers and stuff will buy bare root plants this time of year, or root board, because it's so much cheaper and easier to get them established than paying for pot grown plants in the growing time of year that cost an absolute fortune and need lots of care and watering.
Yeah, and this is how quickly you're going to get results. So I planted these bare roots the first time on the 8th of... Oh, is it still connected, Matt? It's not connected, is it? Typical. Hang on one second, everybody. Here we go. So I planted these bare roots on the 8th of February 2023 into 4 pots, as you can see there. And that's what they look like. Very similar to what they're looking like here in the potting shed today. You get a red, you get a yellow, you get a pink, and you get a white. It's only 21.22 as well. I'll talk to you about that in a second. But if I just fast forward here, 17th of June. Same plants that you just saw in the picture. I've just moved it to the front of the house. I had one either side of the front door. Same plant, February to June. Look at the difference from there. Oh, I've gone too far. To there on the 17th of June. How many flowers, how much foliage, how much has that filled out? And that happened with each and every one of them as well. Go on.
I would say things about, I mean, just looking at that discount club price there as well. So you've achieved that plant for like £5 and a few pennies per plant. Yeah. Now, I've seen those roses looking like that, or just in bud, in garden centres, grown on in pots, and I've seen them for like £29.99 to £34.99 per plant.
Yeah. I think if you went into a garden centre and found that in a pot, in full bloom, I think with today's prices, if that was marked at $39.99, $44.99, something like that, you probably, I mean, you'd be like, it's beautiful, but you probably wouldn't think too much of it because they are absolutely stunning. You can get 4 of them. All you've got to do is plant them, and by the time you get through to May and June time next year, each and every one of them will be covered in buds, covered in flowers, and it repeat flowers right the way through to the autumn as well. October, November time. Plus they're winter hardy, they're perennial.
They come back year after year after year. Now, I appreciate, if you're new to gardening, if you're a gardening novice, it's a big ask to believe that these sticks now with their roots sort of in mid-air, kind of, like that. But Bex has just shown you there, proof, 100% proof. And I know one of my first jobs when I left school was working for a garden centre, but also they were rose growers. And we used to grow tens of thousands of roses there. And you saw them like this at a certain time of year, and what we used to do is at the end of the season, any bare root that hadn't sold, we used to pop them on, and then by June, July time, goodness me, they were like this size. They were smothered in flowers, and you couldn't believe that like 3 or 4 months before they were just plants that had been lifted out the ground like this. But honestly, it will happen. You will get those results, and these roses will definitely flower for you in 2026, and not just once. If you deadhead, if you feed them, if you look after them, they'll keep repeat flowering, give you colour all the way through to the autumn.
530199 is the item number. Big saving on there, £21.22. You can plant your bare roots anytime between October and the end of March, early April. You can get away with as well, because I planted a couple of bare roots at the beginning of April. But yeah, any time during those months, as long as the ground isn't completely frozen solid, and I mean completely solid. If it's a bit frosty out, you're fine, or if it's waterlogged. Those are the only 2 times you can't really plant, aren't they?
Absolutely, yeah. Other than that, if there's just a little bit of frost on the top, and and literally you just underneath the soil's still friable and stuff. Yeah, you can plant them. No problem at all.
Great gift and idea. In actual fact, it's only £21.22, and that person you give those to, every year when they look at those standard roses, they will think of you. I like that. I
do like that. What I would like to do with these as well, I mean, I haven't got a position to do that, but what you could, if you wanted to, you could plant these down either side of a path.
Definitely.
And have like a little low hedge of standard roses that will look really, really good.
Absolutely.
And unlike the kind of standard roses from the back in the 70s and 80s, these are nice and low, so you can look down and into the flowers.
All right, 530199, the item number. I think we've spent plenty of time on there. £55 saving for you. Thank you, Eleanor. I'm seeing your emails come through. We will help you out in a second. We're going to move on, though. We've got the large citrus orange tree for you. £23.79 here. Now, this is a very established plant. It takes years to get it to this size. We actually sell the 9cm versions, don't we? I reckon there's probably a good 5 years between a 9cm and this.
Well, easy, because we actually trained it into a standard as well. So it's not even like we just let it grow from the ground and just left it as such. I mean, it's got a lovely kind of sort of stem on there as well. You've got a nice sort of 360-degree sort of head of foliage on there. And the nice thing about any citrus plants is that once you've had them for a couple of years or so, you end up with that lovely position whereby you've got fruit that's ready to harvest, you've got fruit that's developing, and at the same time you'll even have flower. So always different things happening at different times. And it's one of the most amazingly incredibly beautiful fragrances from citrus, whether it's oranges, lemons, limes. They all have these beautiful white, super fragrant flowers. In the summertime, they can live outside from late spring, probably late April, May, June, July, August, September, up to mid-October. They can stay outside in a British climate. And then in the winter time, they just need a little bit of protection. They don't need to be, mollycoddled. They don't want like 15, 20, 25 degrees. If you've got a room that only goes down to 2 or 3 degrees minimum, providing there's lots of light, you reduce the watering down. They'll go through the winter. They might drop the odd leaves. They might look a little bit sorry for themselves come the spring. But soon as the light levels pick up and the days get longer, they'll come back into growth, and they will definitely produce edible, full-size fruit for you.
Big oranges,
Yay,
absolutely. And even the leaves smell fragrant as well. You can take those off. You can use them a bit like a bay leaf and put it into, cooking and things. I love them. I keep meaning to get myself a citrus to keep in the conservatory. I think it would be wonderful in there. 680019, the item number. Remember, they are acid-loving plants. You need your ericaceous compost, but really simple, easy to look after. £23.79 is the price on that one. You are saving £12 on the orange tree at the moment. As long as you use your code, excuse me, YGTV 4925 is the is the offer code for you to use this week. Okay, we've got some more deals, more offers for you. We're bringing in our rose of the week. We love a rose of the week because you're actually getting a potted rose at a massively reduced price. We're highlighting all the hundreds and hundreds of roses that we have for you, changing it over on a weekly basis. This one is called It's a Wonderful Life. Oh, I like this. This is quite Christmas themed, isn't it? It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, yeah, John watched that the other day.
It's one of my favourite Christmas movies.
Yay,
I need to start watching my Christmas movies. We're into December and I haven't watched one yet, so I'll start with that one.
That's real kind of...
Love that film.
Pulls at your heartstrings.
It really does,
doesn't
it?
And it's nice being in black and white. It kind of gives it that old kind of... nice feel to it.
I've got it on DVD.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be what I watch when I go home later.
Play this afternoon. Yeah, get yourself all nice and snuggly.
Why not? Hot water bottle, blanket.
Nice big mug of hot chocolate.
Yeah, with marshmallows and squirty cream.
Go for it.
And sometimes I will grate a little bit of chocolate on the top as well.
You do have a wonderful life, don't you?
All right, sorry. We're talking about roses. Come on.
Yeah, this is a lovely floribunda rose, and look at the flower on this. It's a repeat flowering one. It has a medium fragrance to it. And like all our roses, pretty much, we bring you roses that are reasonably compact. This one kind of gets 75 to about a metre tall. Not 75 metres, 75 centimetres to a metre tall. It will repeat flower. It's got super healthy foliage.
Look at the colour.
Yeah, I mean, and look at this is your word, look how petalicious it is.
Petalicious.
With those lovely petals. I'm going to pull the label out and see what else it mentions. I'm never sort of ashamed to do that, because, so what does it say? It says this wonderful floribunda rose produces masses of apricot, pink, peach blooms.
Ooh.
Yeah, from early season till frost. It's compact, height about 90 centimetres, grow in a sunny position.
Lovely.
And the good thing about Harkness roses is they do have this natural sort of disease resistance bred into them. So kind of the foliage doesn't need loads of chemicals and sprays and stuff. Even now, I mean, goodness me, we're into December and these roses are kept outside, by the way. Still got the lovely glossy foliage, and bless it, it's even got a little flower bud. Look, I mean, that's not normal, to be honest, but but we have had a super ridiculously mild year, and we're having a very mild winter.
It's a lovely colour, the buds, though, because they were always slightly more intense colour, aren't they, than the flower that they open up to be, and I like that transition that you get.
And you mentioned there, when the buds are tight, they can be a darker colour. Then as the flowers open, you can get the kind of almost the white colouring around the edge there. But I like the way it's almost got like 3 centres to it in the middle as well. It really is a stunningly beautiful rose, this one, and it's got a sweet fragrance. And also, I have got this one.
You've got loads of roses, haven't you?
I have, all from YouGarden. I've gone really bonkers. I actually bought 35 in one big batch earlier in the year, and they've all done fantastically well. Love them.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to come and visit your garden
sometime.
Yeah, we
will. Yeah, I think in 2026, once I get my garden at its peak, then
can I come round?
Yeah,
have a look?
Of course. Yeah, loads. Yeah, you can all come round. Yeah, because I've had lots of people ask me on TikTok and things like that. Oh, I'd love to see your garden.
Yeah.
Love to see John's garden. So yeah, we'll make that happen in 2026.
And a barbecue, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Right, sounds good.
Yeah,
just inviting myself round.
No, you'll be more than welcome. We'll have a little YouGarden barbecue.
Sounds good to me. Right, 531015 is the item number if you'd like to go for this week's Rose of the Week. It's in a 4-litre pot. It's £16.99. Beautiful. Absolutely love that one. Right, we're going to move on. We've got bulbs, so we're bringing bulbs in now. Next ones are all bulb story for you. The Fritillaria, the Crown Imperial, is absolutely... My word, this is big, it's bold, it's beautiful.
It's magnificent. I remember you told me somewhere where you went this year.
Yeah, I did, I was with my
son,
with my oldest son, and I drove past this house. I was taking him somewhere, and I saw this garden in springtime filled with these, and I spotted it, and I said to him, we're going to stop there on the way back. He's like, no, don't do it, Mum. And I was like, no, we are. And we did. And I pulled into the drive, and I went, I had no idea who these people were.
You're seriously embarrassing, Mum, aren't you?
Yeah. Pulled into the drive. They're renovating this house, and I went and I said, hi, I hope you don't mind. I just wanted to stop. Do you mind if I have a look at your flowers? And they were like, no, go ahead. And then I'm there, I was doing some videos. I'll show you in a sec. And they came over. We had a lovely chat, met these lovely people, found out that they'd bought this house from a lovely old lady, and she'd planted all of these, and they loved them as well. I had a really nice chat with them, but I had to stop and look because they looked so good.
They are dramatic.
They are, aren't they?
Yeah. So John, my other half, he's got these in his front garden, and there was my first garden that I ever visited when I became self-employed, and that was back in 1981, I think it was, 82.
I was
18.
2, 3, 4, 3.
Yeah, no, sorry, 87. I lied. 1987. Yeah, it was when I first became self-employed, and that garden, I don't go there anymore. But my brother still looks after it. And when I first went there was a patch of these fritillaries.
Yes.
That were flowering then, and that same patch of fritillaries is still there now.
Wow.
And every spring they come up about 75 centimetres tall with these spectacular kind of nodding bell-shaped flowers. They've got this pineapple-y kind of foliage on the top, and they are magnificent. They are statuesque. They are really, really seriously impressive spring flowering bulbs. They look like something you'd see on a tropical island somewhere.
They do. I think this is what I loved about them so much. I mean, look, this is from that person's garden. This is the footage that I went and got and did the video. Look how many of them she'd got planted. And you can see what time of year it was as well, because you can see there's a forsythia in the background just flowering there. So you can sort of see this was, when was it?
Probably
April.
Late March, April.
Yeah, April the 5th this was, that I went and did this. And I absolutely thought that these were just stunning. Now, it's 2 bulbs you're getting. They're big bulbs. They're £10.19. It's not that you're going to get like a mug's eyeful as far as the number of bulbs is concerned here, but this is so worth investing in and getting in your garden, isn't it?
They almost look like something you'd see growing in somewhere like Hawaii or somewhere like that, somewhere. And they look very elegant. They look very classic, but they're easy to grow. All they ask of you is they like a really nice, loamy, rich soil. So before you plant them, dig in lots and lots of well-rotted manure or our garden compost and plant them nice and deep. They're actually bulbs that prefer to be deeper rather than shallower. And if you've got them in their happy place, they will come back year after year for up to 100 years. Honestly, that's not exaggerating. They are very, very, very long-lived bulbs, and they die down very quickly after they've flowered. So you're not left with months and months of sort of foliage to die down slowly.
630040 is the item number. That is your 2 large bulbs. That's the Crown Imperial Fritillaria Orange. £10.19 for that one. Next up, we are going on to the crocus. Now, these are the large flowered crocus. So we love crocus flowers because they are early flowering, they're low growing, but these are not the ones. These are going to get bigger basically than other varieties.
Yeah, big chunky flowers on these. So when you get those first really warm days, you know, sometimes kind of we get a British winter and every day they keep sort of showing you the forecast, and it's like 8-9 degrees, 10 degrees, 8-9 degrees, 11 degrees, and then suddenly we get that little southwesterly wind kick in, and we get the first day when it's 16-17 degrees.
Yeah.
And the crocuses just go for it, don't they? They just all open out en masse. That's what these will do. And boy, oh boy, when these open out and they flower, suddenly you're going to forget about the winter blues. You're going to forget about the darkness of winter, because straight away they will open up for you. They'll give you this colour. They'll give you this huge kind of great big impression in beds and borders, pots, containers, lawns. I mean, look at that. Can you imagine having a pot of crocuses like that?
That would be amazing, wouldn't it?
Oh, goodness. And look at the colour ranges as well. You've got the lovely purples, the yellows, the whites. You might even get a couple of flowers per bulb on some of these as well. They'll come back year after year. They'll multiply. They're crazy, crazy bone hardy. And you can grow crocuses practically anywhere apart from really, really shady spots. They grow on acid soil, alkaline soil, clay, gritty soils, sandy soils. They're really, really not fussed.
Through your lawn.
Yeah, through your lawn. And they die down reasonably quickly again after they've flowered. By kind of like mid-spring or say midsummer, they've kind of disappeared back underground. They're not going to give you, months and months and months of leaves dying away. You'll forget about them until the following late winter, early spring, and all of a sudden they'll just burst open on that first warm, bright, sunny day and just really thrill you and lift your heart, lift your mood, and lift the look of your garden. 630087, the item number. You're actually going to get 30 of those bulbs. It is the mixed pack, so you're going to get the purples, the whites, the yellows. I mean, that's the best colour combination you could possibly want, isn't it? Purple and yellow together is amazing. And then you've got the referee with the white one included in there as well. £8.49 is the price you're paying for those 30 bulbs. You plant them now, you'll get flowers next year and every year, plus they're going to multiply as well. OK, so we're going to move on to the last one on this table. It's taken up 2 of our spaces, and that's because you're actually getting a big collection included in here. You are going to get 30 of the tete-a-tete daffodil bulbs. You will also get a 100-gram bag of our superior blooming fast plant food. You're going to get the perfect pot to plant your tete-a-tete tulips in. I love the black against the yellow. And you're going to get a 20-litre bag of our fantastic premium professional compost. More than enough to fill that pot and plant those bulbs in there as well. That's not suitable though, because you need bulb fibre, don't you?
No, you don't, Adam.
No, you have to have bulb fibre. You don't, honestly. You don't, you don't need to worry about bulb
Sorry,
fibre.
Adam.
Our professional compost covers bulbs, fruit, vegetables, flowers, all sorts of crazy things can grow in this. So, but this is really, really great because what you've got here, you've got everything you need. You've got the pot, you've got the bulbs, you've got the compost, and you've even got the feed to actually encourage these daffodils. You can see this is Sean's pub, and he planted lots of these beautiful tete-a-tete daffodils. Sometimes they can kind of be multi-headed as well. And they will come back year after year. They'll spread, they'll multiply, but they'll look gorgeous in those containers. And it's quite nice sometimes, I find, to grow spring flowering bulbs in pots and containers, particularly if you've got a small garden. And the reason I say that is because you can plant these in here now, and there's loads of time, by the way, to get bulbs in, even right up into early New Year. You can still plant bulbs, just keep them somewhere cool, well drained, away from the rodents, and they'll still keep for another 4 to 6 weeks. So plant your bulbs in here, enjoy them flowering, and then of course if you've got a small space, what you don't want to see, you don't want to see them dying down after they're flowered. But of course, because they're in a pot, as soon as they finish flowering, you can just put that pot somewhere out the way, and let them die down. You put it behind the shed, behind the greenhouse, out of sight. Or option 2, you can just take the daffodils out, transplant them into the main garden, and then use the pot for something else. And it's also great when you grow bulbs or anything in a pot, because you can bring those flowers right up to your patio doors, right up to your front door, or somewhere where you can really see those bulbs and enjoy them while they're flowering. And then when you fall out of love with them because the flowers have gone over and the leaves are starting to die down, well, you can say bye-bye. I'm going to put you out of the way now somewhere, and I'll bring you back again next year when you look glorious all over again, because they will. Daffodils will come back year after year after year, in pots, in containers, and you don't have to put them in here if you don't want to, but we just thought this would be a really lovely little selection. And we've put the feed in as well, because we sometimes are a little bit naughty with bulbs. We let them do all the nice things, we let them flower, and then we abandon them, we leave them.
It's true.
But if you feed them afterwards and keep them fed until they've died down properly, what you'll do is you'll help that plant to build up a really big plump bulb that will be guaranteed to give you more flowers the following year.
201 102. You're getting all of what you can see in front of you. 30 tete-a-tete bulbs, 20 litres of compost, the planter and the blooming fast, and you're saving £15 on there. If you are looking for some last-minute Christmas gifts for some people, you know, friends, family, this would be a great one. They've got absolutely everything that they need to get planting, or perhaps you're just looking for another pot for your patio. That's the mini daffodil planting kit. 201 102. We're going to jump into comments and questions and help very, very soon. Dingo's invited us round to the Turtle Sanctuary. Dingo, when we're down your way, your Dorset way, aren't you? I'll tell you what, when we're down there, we're definitely coming to visit you. But we're going to give you a little reminder just of some of the things you've seen, some of the things maybe coming up as well. We've got more to show you, though. We're here for another hour. Starting off with that citrus tree for you. You've got the large citrus orange tree. You're saving £12 on that item. £23.79 is your discount price. It is an acid-loving plant, so when you're repotting, make sure you're using ericaceous compost, and it's indoors for over the winter. But just a cool room, doesn't want to go into like a, you know, centrally heated home. Just a nice cool room for them, and reduce your watering over the winter months. 680019 is the item number. We have actually got other citrus available. There is the Eureka citrus lemon tree for you in the 4.5 litre pot. So everything I've just told you about the orange, exactly the same for the lemon. These can get much bigger if you want them to. I mean, you know, we had one here earlier in the year that was taller than me. It was a good 6 feet in height, but they're quite slow growing, so don't panic. And of course, if you do want to keep it smaller, just keep it in a smaller pot, and that will help to keep it smaller. But these produce full-size fruits. So we are talking full-size lemons, full-size orange, and they are very easy to grow. 680020 is the item number. £23.79 the price on that one. The Rose Patio Standard Collection for you. 4 bare root roses. You're going to get a red, a yellow, a pink and a white, and you are saving £55 on that one. Your discount club price is £21.22. What you're looking at there is the one that I grew, and that's the result I had first year. Planted in February, that video was taken in June. It's amazing the difference, honestly, that just a few months can make. Look at how many buds are there as well. They repeat flower for you throughout the summer months as well. So right the way through from about May all the way through to October, you'll get those beautiful flowers. Long-lived perennial plant, and it remains nice and compact as well. 530199 is the item number. You'll get 4 of them. Appletini, yes, we love the appletini. This is the beautiful miniature apple tree. And produces miniature apples as well, this one. You can actually see the comparison there. Regular sized apple on the side of the screen. These are like golf ball sized. Wonderful red skins on here. Very, very juicy, delicious little fruits. A nice novelty tree, but also produces really pretty pink blossom in springtime. Easy to look after, can be container grown as well. Mine is in a 30 litre heavy duty pot. I prune it once a year, and I look forward to that blossom and those fruits every single year. And I should look forward to those for many years as well. They're long-lived plants. Oh, now here's a lovely favourite of mine, the Sarcococca. So this is the Hookeriana Winter Gem, also known as Sweet Box or Christmas Box. This is one of the best plants you'll have in your garden. It is evergreen. It is clay soil tolerant. It is shade tolerant. It can also grow in a sunny spot, but it's about the fragrance that you get from those flowers. Look how many of them there are all the way along the length of those stems. The fragrance is sweet, vanilla-y. It's delicious. and it's winter flowering. So the buds are forming on there. They're just starting to turn into the pink tone. So these could be opening any time in the next few weeks. Mine normally waits until January before it opens up, but then it fills my garden with that glorious scent. It's the plant that you can smell before you see it. You'll smell it before you see it. It's unbelievable. And it's slow growing, so perfect for smaller gardens and containers as well. 510579, the item number. It comes in the 4.6 litre pot, so it's a nice big plant already established for you. 510579, £21.24 is the price on that one. Next up, we've got the climbing rose collection. We've got the 3 bare root roses for you. We've got the Dublin Bay, the Golden Showers, and we've got the Zephyrin Druin on there as well. It's £15.29 the price on that one. That's £5.10 per plant there. £12 saving, accessed by using the code. Plus, remember that if you're shopping the website, it's £6.99 postage, but you don't pay that by watching us on YGTV and entering that code. We've got the Sarah Bernhardt. This is the giant Sarah Bernhardt peony. I think this one's a gorgeous one. Really big, blousy, petalicious, beautiful flowers. The plant itself will ultimately get to about 1 metre by 1 metre. It's winter hardy. It's a very long-lived perennial, and the buds, sorry, not the buds, the bare roots that we are providing you with are grower quality. These are proper professional quality that have all got 3 or 4 at least buds on here. You might get flowers in the first year, but just be a little bit patient. It's from year 2 onwards, that's where it's really going to get in and establish and give you those flowers in springtime every single year. 580033, the item number. And then we've got the Narcissus mixed miniature. We've got 35 bulbs included in here. And as Adam was telling us earlier, the great thing with these mixed bulb packs is that you end up getting a slightly longer season. You don't just get all your bulbs, you know, your tulip, they're not tulips, they're daffodils, all of your daffodils coming up and flowering at the same time. Because you've got the mixed collection, they will actually flower at slightly different times, meaning you get a longer season. These can be grown in so many locations as well. They're the dinky daffodils, so they can go in the top of your hanging baskets, they can go in your window boxes, and they can go in your rockeries as well. £8.49 for 35 bulbs. 600317 is the item number there. And then we have, oh yes please, I love a hellebore. Do you know what? I haven't got enough hellebores in my garden. I really need to remedy that. This is the double queen mix. So these are winter flowers. They normally flower anytime from sort of January onwards, really, depending on your varieties, but they could be flowering from January, but they go through February, March time. Nice little nodding heads. They're promiscuous plants. They will multiply, they will spread, and they are perfect for filling those shady gaps in the garden. They are shade-loving plants and are one of the flowers that will be flowering for you just before your spring bulbs come up. So a really good one to extend all that flowering seasons in your garden. Just $15.28, and you're going to get 6 of those plug plants. They're winter hardy, they're perennials, and they're super easy to grow. 480961, the item number. I've got this one. The Lavatera Mallow Barnsley Baby is your compact Lavatera. So 9 centimetre pots you're getting, 3 of them. Each of these plants will grow to about, I'm going to say 60, 70 centimetres height. They do spread a little bit, as in the... I mean, they're not going to get invasive or anything. Just give them about sort of 60 centimetres width spread, basically. I actually put 2 of them into a 30-litre heavy-duty pot, and they're growing quite nicely together. But to be perfectly honest, I probably just could have put 1 in that space, and it would have filled it quite happily as well. Pollinators absolutely adore them. You get buds along the length of the stem. They flower in succession. They flower for months as well. I can't remember what month they came out. Probably about June time, I think they would start flowering, June, July, and they went right the way through into, yeah, it was October. Yeah, it was October, definitely they were flowering for. 510339, the item number. £11.04 is your discount club price on that one. You have to be in the club to get that lowest price on screen, by the way. Next up, we have got the Strolch for you. So if you want to have a product that's going to be used all year round, ground that's going to give you loads and loads of different benefits? Mulch is the answer. You need to mulch plants through the winter. Give them that winter protection that they need. I'm thinking particularly things like agapanthus. Just give them a duvet. They need that in the winter. But also this will stop the slugs and snails from getting to your plants. It will help to provide just that protection to stop them eating all of those, the new growth that comes through that they really like to eat on. It can help to stop weed growth by up to about 95%, and it can keep moisture in the ground as well. Plus it neatens up your borders, stops your boots from getting muddy at this time of year. It doesn't blow away. It stays active for up to 2 years, at which point you can dig it through the ground and it'll aerate it, it'll improve the texture of it. I mean, honestly, it's got so many uses, and that just looks really neat and tidy. That's not, I mean, I was going to say that's almost an Adam-worthy edge there, but no, it's not quite even Adam-worthy. He's not perfect enough. He has got the neatest lines to his borders, honestly. All right, it's a twin pack, by the way, 100149, and there's no postage to pay. Make sure you use your code. Composts is another one of your essentials that you absolutely need to grab. Regulars, I know you know this, but we always have to talk about it because there are new people who are tuning in constantly with us here on YGTV. If you've never tried this compost, please try it. Go and read the reviews. You'll be amazed that so many people have so many good things to say about dirt. It's incredible the difference that this is going to make to your gardening abilities. And a lot of people don't think that, compost can make that much of a difference. Yes, it can. It all starts with the roots of your plant. If your roots are sitting in the best compost, they are going to give you the best displays. Now you're going to pay £16.97 for two 40-litre bags, delivered price as well. How do you pay the lowest price? This is how.
If you love your garden as much as we love ours, then why not join the YouGarden Discount Club?
The club has been running for many years, and it's where thousands of our customers enjoy a whole host of benefits to ensure that they get the most out of their gardens for less.
Now is a great time to join the YouGarden Discount Club, as the benefits have just got even better. So what do you get when you join the club?
Firstly, our members will get bigger discount rates all year round. So you'll now receive 15% off our range of plants and accessories, and that's on top of any other discounts you might have.
For those bigger investments such as garden furniture or lawnmowers, for example, you now get 7.5% discount on all of our outdoor living and machinery range.
In addition to the ongoing discounts, you'll also get more voucher value when you join or renew your club membership. We will send you 4 £5 product vouchers, which you can redeem throughout the year against the cost of your orders.
And as a new added benefit, you will now receive 2 free P&P vouchers, which can be redeemed against the cost of your shipping.
Club members get priority access to exclusive offers and brand new products at our best prices.
We'll keep you up to date with fantastic advice and top tips from our grown experts and professional gardeners to make sure that you get the most from your new purchases and existing plants. The best way to join the club is with our auto-renewal subscription. You'll pay £10 per year, then at the end of the year we will automatically renew your membership to ensure you retain all of your benefits. Plus, the price you pay when you join will never go up for as long as you remain a member, and that's a guarantee.
And remember, when you join the club, you will start saving from the very first order you make, as the discounts will be applied immediately. So with all that the YouGarden Discount Club has to offer, why not join us and start saving today?
We'd love to help you make the most of your garden for less with the YouGarden Discount Club.
So there you go, that's how you get the lowest price. Honestly, if you are watching YGTV and you're a club member, that's how you get the best prices from us here at YouGarden. We are moving on to, I mean, this is what has made YouGarden famous, isn't it? It's this, oh yeah, what's this? It's the mini orchard collection for you. This year, we've actually got 4 bare roots included in here. You're going to get Cherry Stella, Apple Braeburn, Pear Conference, and the Plum Victoria. Now, all of your favourite fruits, but these are the best varieties of each of them, aren't they?
They are. I mean, look at the names. Braeburn, for example, probably one of the world's most loved. Famous apples, crunchy, sweet, got that little bit of tartness to it as well, easy to grow, Good thing about all these fruit trees is they will not get more than about 2.5–3 metres tall. They are dwarfed by that rootstock on the bottom that acts like a gastric band, but it doesn't make the fruit smaller. The fruit will be normal size Braeburn apples. It won't be Appletini size apples. They'll be gorgeous, homegrown, organic, super crunchy apples. But of course you're getting Cherry Stella, one of the most, again, well-known, famous dessert, sweet, delicious cherries.
I love a cherry.
And the good thing about this cherry tree, Bex, is because it is compact, because it is small, you can very easily protect it. You can keep the birds away from eating your cherries, and you can pick them really easily. That's where the term cherry picker came from originally. That was for when we had huge, great big cherry trees that you needed ladders and cherry pickers to pick the fruit, but you don't need that with these. Pear Conference, another world-renowned name in the world of fruit, grown all over the world, huge great big fruit like you can see here. That's the hands of Angela Nagani.
Lovely Angela.
Recognise those hands anywhere.
Yeah.
This was trees grown in her own garden. I visited her garden 2 or 3 times, and she had a really lovely sort of ancient wall down one side of the garden, and she grew them herself, and you can see there, I mean, beautiful crop of pears on there. And then plum Victoria. Probably asked 100 people to name a plum that they can think of, a variety of plum. I'd say the vast majority of people would say Victoria plum. Perfect for eating, perfect for cooking, preserving, making jams, all that kind of thing. And say all of these trees, they're all on that nice dwarfing rootstock. They're all bare root. You can plant them now. They'll get themselves a little bit established. They'll grow away next spring. There's a chance that you might get a little bit of fruit in 2026. And then there's the sort of slightly sort of controversial thing. Do you leave it on? Do you take it off? Or do you leave a little bit on? Or,
I think leave a little bit.
A little bit.
Cherries tend to take a few years to establish. So I don't think you'll get fruits in the first year on a cherry. If you do, wonderful. The others, there's every chance you're going to get fruit in the first year, but do consider thinning those fruits out. You want the plant to be strong and healthy before it becomes too productive. So enjoy a couple, but as the fruits start to form, if you're getting clusters of them together, thin them out so there's one. Do you know what I mean? It really does help the plant to be... the plant needs to learn to walk before it can run.
Definitely.
That's my easiest way of being able to put it to you.
Yeah, because as you say, if you try and get it to do 2 things at once, you're going to stress the plant out a little bit. But
and it'll take longer to get established.
Yeah,
then, won't it?
And in one sense, if you try and make it do too much at once, you're going to get less fruit in the long run rather than more. So sort of sacrifice in year 1 can bring huge rewards in year 2 and 3. But when you look at the beautiful root system on all our fruit trees, I've noticed this year in particular, the bare roots are just phenomenal with the lovely root systems, very fibrous, almost look like kind of like the inside of your lungs, that kind of look with all those alveoli or like kind of arteries and all those sorts of things.
I don't want to see inside our lungs today.
No, I don't think you would actually. And when you plant them, just plant them so that the highest root is about an inch or so just below the soil level. I would put a little bit of support in these just for the first winter.
In fact, we've got the tree support kit available as well, by the way, and it's in the YGTV show. So you might want to consider adding, if you're going for the orchard collection, you might want to consider adding this in as well, because it really does make a difference, doesn't it?
And what they do these days, the way we do it now is you actually put the actual support in at a 45-degree angle. And when you do it, what you want to do, you want to make sure that you put the post on the sort of opposite side to the way the wind blows. So what you want is you always want the tree to be blown away from the post, not blown onto it. And that way, it stops it rubbing and it stops it damaging the tree. But with this, you wrap this round and you'll have a little bit of this soft strap in between the actual post and the tree trunk itself anyhow. This
is the important bit, isn't it? I mean, it stops it. So people have used string and rope and things in the past, and what that can do is it can scar the tree.
It can. This is nice and soft, so it won't cut into the bark. And when you sort of wrap it round, it will go round the actual sort of trunk first, and then it goes round the post afterwards. So you can kind of do it, sort of
like a figure of eight shape,
like
right?
a figure of eight, and that way, you don't end up with the actual trunk rubbing against that solid wood. And what that will do is it'll stop this tree rocking around in the winter time, and it'll allow those roots to get really, really sort of nicely established. But all 4 of these have got a glorious root system. They will get established, and of course, one thing we always forget to mention, that all 4 of them have beautiful spring blossom as well.
Do you know what? We always forget to talk about this, don't we?
Yeah.
Because yes, it's all about the fruits, but there ain't going to be no fruits if you haven't got the blossoms first. And I love getting the blossom. That we all go nuts for cherry blossom season, don't we? It's the same thing. You can get amazing blossom
in Japan, isn't it?
Exactly.
Massive festivals in Japan. In fact,
on the bucket list.
Behind the car park where we park here, there's a garden that's got a massive, great big pear tree, and every spring, that is just like a mountain of white blossom, looking incredible. You've got the pinky coloured blossom, obviously, on the apple trees. Then you've got the lovely cherry blossom, and even the Victoria plum. Again, you get blossom on that. So you get blossom, you get foliage, but of course you get fruit that you can pick year after year after year on trees that can never get too big. Yeah, because this plant is 2 separate bits. This top bit, called the scion, if you planted this just as a normal tree, it would just keep getting bigger and bigger year on year on year.
I love it when you come out with fancy words.
S-C-I-O-N, this is the scion, the top bit's called, and the bottom bit is called the rootstock. And what's happened is they've grafted the 2 together, and this rootstock is from a similar type of tree that naturally doesn't get big. So it restricts this bit on top from getting big, acts like a gastric band. That's the analogy I like to use. So these trees will grow slowly and gradually, but they're never really going to exceed 3 metres tall. So always easy to look after, always easy to prune, always easy to pick your fruit, and again allowing you to grow these in pots and containers. You've got your conference pear there looking absolutely fabulous. I mean, look at the size of these pears, these stunning Stella cherries, great big bunches of succulent, juicy, shiny cherries that you can protect and keep away from the birds very, very easily, because we do want to feed the birds, but not our beautiful cherries. And then plums, look at these lovely plums, really nice, super delicious, sweet. You can use them in tarts, flans, you can make jams, you could eat them straight from the tree. You could have, I don't know, plums and custard if you want to.
Nice. Now remember that these can be grown in pots and containers. Our 30-litre heavy duty pots would be ideal. Of course, we have 35-litre, we've got 50 litres available for you as well. And you need some good quality compost, of course you do. Come on over. Oh, by the way, it's £29.72 for that collection right now. You are saving £44.99, but just think how long you're going to have those in your garden. They can live for decades. They will outlive me and Adam, won't they?
Do you see how she hesitated a bit there? She kind of wanted to say they'll definitely outlive Adam, but I might see one of them out because I'm not as old as him. But then they don't realise I'm going to live to be 105.
105? Is that what you're going to do?
105 I'm going to live to, yeah.
Oh my word.
Yeah.
I am not going to live to 105.
I wouldn't mind living to 105 as long as I'm, kind of...
As long as I'm sprightly, I don't mind.
As long as I'm compost mentis.
Yeah, compost mentis.
Compost mentis, I'd be fine. You'd be happy.
Exactly.
But, I mean, just before we move on to the compost, you could ignore everything Bex and I've said about these.
I thought you were going to say me.
You could buy them grown on in a pot next year, and you could pay £50 per plant in some garden centre. 200 quid for these pot grown, or you could pay £29.72 club price.
And get 4 of them. Right, 300069 is the item number. Use your offer code, please, to get the big saving and to get the free postage. You'll be so excited when you get those. Get them planted as soon as possible once you receive them. And do make sure, if you haven't already got a load of compost, that you order a stash of compost. You never want to run out of this. I used a bag this morning when I was planting up. I had 1 bag left. That means I now need to order some more compost. It is the best compost we're ever going to use, isn't it?
Yeah, but for plants, you just need to plant in dirt, don't you? You just need dirt, don't you? Any old stuff.
Yeah, any old dirt will do, won't it?
Any old rubbish will do.
You don't need the best compost.
You don't. Honestly.
Of course you do.
The difference the compost can make is absolutely massive, and I know that from 40 odd years of experience of gardening. In the past, I've gone out, I bought years ago, second job before I became self-employed, I worked for a company called Texas Home Care. They're long gone now, so I can slag them off. But we used to sell really cheap bags of compost back then. it was bonkers price. It was like 99p for like a about 15-litre bag. And the amount of people that came back and said, oh my goodness me, this stuff's full of wood lice. It's full of bugs and eggs and all sorts of things. I planted things in it, they've never done anything, they've not moved. So you can, honestly, you can buy some really pony compost and you will not get good results. With this, you'll get the best results, and we know that because it's our most 5-star rated, reviewed, revered, loved product. I've used hundreds of bags of this over the years. You have, haven't you?
Yeah.
And everything you put in it, within days, within weeks, it becomes established. It grows away, it flourishes. You get more fruit, more flowers, more vegetables, better soil, all sorts of stuff.
100064 is the item number. You're going to get 2 40-litre bags, £16.97 delivered. Remember, we always talk about this. It's much easier to get these delivered direct to your door. Thank you so much for joining us. Sorry we're all snuffly and coughy. Apologies if it's annoying you. It's annoying us as well. And we've got the added bit of Matt coughing in our ear as well. So yeah, sorry. But thanks for bearing with us. Neil's had to go. He says he's going to watch back later, but goodbye, Neil. Thanks for joining us. He always watches the shows back though. Marissa is saying that we need Vicks. Yes, we do need a little bit of Vicks. I've just given Adam some whole soothers to suck on, so hopefully that helps us both.
We could like end up creating like a TikTok viral video. Do you think we could cough Merry Christmas between the three of us?
Yeah, I reckon we could. Absolutely. Right, should we jump into the emails? Because you have been busy sending us a few emails, so we're going to help you out. Eleanor, sorry, we are coming to you. Apologies. But yes, we will come to you and help you out with your little advice needed. So Ali G sent us her pictures in. So a few takers Wednesday of plants that are trying to look good in our garden. Oh, bless you. The hellebores are from last year and first time flowering. It's very exciting. I cut all the gerberas down and they're still trying to flower. The rose is the Pearl Wedding, which is still blooming. Let's have a little look then in here. Oh yes, so the hellebores, lovely, starting to poke through. Flowers starting to appear there as well.
Look how good you are with labelling as well.
She's so good, isn't she,
I
Ali?
never label anything. I can't remember what variety it is.
I know.
But in a few weeks' time, you're going to really start to enjoy those hellebore flowers.
Absolutely. Really beautiful. So let's have another look. So what else have we got? More hellebores. Hey. More hellebores poking up. Little buds starting to appear. You can tell a hellebore leaf, can't you?
It's so distinct, isn't it?
It really is.
It looks possibly like the Christmas rose one. I couldn't swear to it, but no, any week now, again, just as we're going into the darkest, deepest time of the year, these are deciding to flower. Bonkers plants, really. Mad.
All right, let's have a little look. What else have we got? We have got... Oh, these are the gerberas. You cut them down and yes, there's a bud starting to come up. I can see it. So gerberas do flower for a really long time as well. Normally start about April time, I think the gerberas normally start to come up.
I grew them for the first time this year and they were fantastic.
Yeah, just keep flowering constantly. Are you showing it, Matt? I've lost it. He thought he was showing it. There you go. But look, there is the gerbera still trying to throw another flower up. They're
gerberas and we're germ breeders.
Crazy.
But yeah, I mean, it's been crazy. I mean, we've had, well, I know in Scotland you've had some stonking frosts up there, but I mean, lots of parts of the UK we've still not had
any proper frosts.
No,
a couple of cold nights, but not any real proper frosts. They're looking good though. Your garden's not looking too bad, Ali. Listen, I know things at this time of year, they do start to look a bit rubbish, but that's not looking too bad as well. Go on, you can go do what you got to do. You go do it. Right, so Marissa sent in, as promised, Derek planted the Christmas roses in the pot and ready to bloom and show off to the world for Christmas. And this is such a good combination. I love this. So she's got our wonderful blue pot. She's got the holly standard and then the Christmas roses planted underneath.
So you've done it. You've created that perfect Christmas scene there as well.
That's gorgeous.
And the nice thing about what you've done there, it's going to look that good in the middle of the summer as it does now, because all of those plants are evergreen.
Oh, that's true, actually. That's going to look really good year round, isn't it?
In summer, you could just sort of add some like summer flowering plants in between the hellebores if you wanted to. But yeah, classic that is. I love it.
Amazing. Well done, Marissa and Derek. That looks amazing. Right, Eleanor has sent us this question for advice needed. So Eleanor says, hi everyone. In front of my house, I used to have a lovely green plot of land, but it got sold and new houses built. Because of that, the builders need to put green back. So I now have this bit of a plot. What could I plant in here? It's very black around it, as they've just tarmacked. Myself and my neighbour are going to look after this little plot and it needs plants. So we said, how much sun does it get? She says it gets a lot of sun in the summer, and I'm thinking it will get a lot hotter next year with the tarmac, you know, because it does radiate the heat, doesn't it?
In, won't it?
The builders have put new topsoil, a weed barrier, and wood chip.
Okay.
I reckon I'm going to put a couple in, and then Adam can do some. Sarcococca can grow anywhere, even in sunny spots, and it's really low maintenance and nice and slow growing. And of course, we're going to say Nandinas, because Nandinas look great there. What else would you put in? If
it's reasonably well drained and you're getting that sun Barnsley baby, I would go for those.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, because they like the heat. They've got a really, really good long flowering period.
What about a rose?
Yeah, rose would be good. I mean, roses are pretty adaptable as long as they get some sun. Of course, roses are not bothered if they don't get much sun during the winter because they go dormant anyway. But
we've got the great rose of the week this week is all I'm thinking. It's a, you know, that could be a central part, and then other things lower growing around the edge. Underneath,
or you could go for the collection of the little mini 4 standards. They could look really nice. They could go sort of on each corner, for example. And don't overlook bulbs. We've got lots of lovely bulbs on the show today, which again they're not particularly fussed because they come up early in the year anyway. They're not bothered if it's not particularly sunny. So as long as it's well drained, it sounds like you've got quite a good little spot there where most things would thrive and do very, very well. And I'm just having a little scan round and thinking...
Yeah, I think that's it from today.
From today's show, yeah. But I mean, quite a lot of the things. You could try some of the peonies.
What about some of those fritillaria bulbs?
Yeah, they would
like it there, wouldn't they?
They'd be quite dramatic. Yep, you could plant those nice and deep. They'd come up sort of April time and just give you drama kind of year after year after year.
And a peony would love it there. We've got the peony bare roots. I mean, Sarah Bernhardt would be amazing in there as well.
Stunning. Well, you've got that sort of layers of that almost like kind of creamy layer through the middle and the sort of the pink above and below. Or even, if you, I mean, lots of options today. You could even go for an apple teeny. If you wanted to kind of grow a little fruit bush or a fruit tree between you,
what about some lavender? Nicely. Some lavender would look good in there as well. Lavender as well. Yeah, so Eleanor, lots of options. Hope we've helped you there. Dingo's obviously sent his email saying, hi Bex, Adam and crew, you're all welcome to visit Turtle Paradise. Tea, coffee, cake, beer / cider also available if wanted. Cheers, Dingo. I tell you what, we're going to have to do a YouGarden trip down there.
I'm booking a cab.
We do. And Mauricio sent another picture, and I've completely forgotten the name of this plant. Adam, you'll probably remember.
Oh, and
I love it as well. It's that one with the yellow pom-pom flowers.
Oh, mimosa.
Mimosa, that's the one.
Yeah, Acacia del Barta.
It is that, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. They're coming out crazy early this year.
Look at the size of it.
Yeah, they've started flowering already, and normally they don't flower till after Christmas.
Yeah, I can see that they're, look, loads of buds starting to form. A gorgeous scent to that one as well.
That always plays with my mind, that tree, when you see it flowering in the middle of winter and you think, how?
How, yeah,
how
absolutely.
Are you doing that? But yeah, they do, especially if they're in that very sunny, well-drained spot.
Thank you for sending all your pictures, everybody. If you do want to email us, we've still got half an hour. We may get a chance to show some more. It's ygtv@yougarden.com. And, of course, you can all chat away in YouTube and on Facebook as well. Eleanor says, thank you. I've got some Nandinas. It's a good option, but hopefully we're giving you some other suggestions as well. Right, we're back onto the favourites table. We have got the Climbing Rose collection for you. I love this because you're getting 3 different colours, but they're really bold and bright as well. You've got the red, you've got the pink, and you've got the yellow included in here.
Are labelled? Are all 3 labelled normally, or are they just like by deduction? You know, the last one's pink.
I think they're normally all 3 labelled. Have we lost a label on that one? It's probably tucked into the roots a little bit.
But what you got 3 incredible bare roots, and look how beautifully done these are. These are wrapped up with a lovely lot of compost, so these roots are really well protected inside. These plants don't know they've been lifted out of the ground. They're totally dormant. Also, do you remember, I don't know, donkeys years ago, do you ever remember being a really, really little tiny kid and like you fell asleep at your grandma and granddad's house and they used to lift you out of bed,
and you'd
put you in
wake
the car,
up, yeah,
and then put you back into bed, and sometimes
and you'd wake up in a different place.
Yeah, you wouldn't even know
what's going on.
Yeah, sometimes you wouldn't know. You just wouldn't even know you'd been moved. And you wake up in the morning, it's like, oh. And that's what these roses are like. They just don't know. They've been lifted up. You plant them. They'll start growing away in the spring. There's a really good chance you might even get some flowers from these in 2026. But you've got 3 classic varieties here. You've got Dublin Bay, which is that A lovely sort of deep red colour on there. You've got the golden showers, which is that beautiful buttery yellow, and then you've got Zephyrin Druin, which is a pinky colour and completely thornless. So that's great if you want to get the kids involved with gardening. You don't want any tears with sort of prickles or thorns or anything. These will get themselves a little bit established now. Same rules as we always mention. Make sure the little knuckly bit, the union, is at least 1 inch, 2 inches below the soil level. And none of these particular varieties are really rampant, crazy climbing roses. So they'll be perfect for pretty much every garden, rose arch, arbour, trellis on the wall, perhaps hiding that sort of wheelie bin area. All compact enough to grow in pots or containers. I would go for 35 litre to 50 litre minimum size pot for these.
Yeah. There's
your Dublin Bay with that really deep red super double flowers. All of them have got some fragrance to them. The Zephyrin Druin, I think, is particularly fragrant. There's your golden showers there with those lovely, lovely deep sort of buttery yellow flowers. Super healthy foliage. And then, well, by deduction, we're going to go to Zephyrin Druin next, which is your thornless one. And quite a few of these will repeat flower for you throughout the summer. Rambling roses tend to only flower once, but climbing roses will flower in flushes from June all the way through to October time. Easy to look after, easy to grow, years and years of colour, fragrance, grow in part sun, full sun. All they need is a support to grow over, and you can enjoy these roses for many, many, many years to come. And £15.29 for 3 of these bare root roses, or completely ignore me again, wait till next spring, buy them pot grown, perhaps pay £35 each, over £100 perhaps for 3 next year.
Yeah, I mean, you would.
Which you could easily do, but don't do that. Honestly, get these, save yourself a fortune and get the same results as if you bought them grown in pots or containers. I mean, chances are we will have some of these roses that we talk about now in pots or containers next year for you if you want them, because at that time of year they have to be containerized. But if you really want to be really savvy and you're on a budget and you want lots of plants now but at a crazy price compared to what they'll be next summer, well, go for it and do the bare root thing. Honestly, you'll never ever decide not to plant bare root again.
It's a real sense of achievement when you grow your first plant from a bare root. Honestly, it's quite an exciting thing to do. And in here, getting 3 of them, I cannot believe that the price of this basically breaks down to £5.10 per plant. I mean, that's just crazy. These are wonderful named varieties. £5.10p a plant if you are a club member. £15.29 is your delivered price for all 3 of those. Next up, we have got the peony, and this is the Sarah Bernhardt giant peony. I mean, to be honest, giant in both senses here, because you've got a really big, amazing quality bare root, plus the flowers that this produces are really big and blousy.
I like the tiered effect on these as well, because on some of the pictures you see, they've got like a band through the middle of these flowers that's almost like pure white.
Yeah.
And then you've got the sort of the pink on top. It almost reminds me of blancmange and cream kind of flowers on these. Super sort of double flowers, really fragrant, tough, hardy. I've shown my age there with blancmange, and I talk about blancmange, Vat. Like, do your kids eat blancmange? Probably not, do they really?
I've never given them blancmange. That's a bit of a...
oh, blancmange.
It's a bit of a 70s thing, I think.
Definitely, yeah. Blancmange.
Sorry, Matt's asking how you spell it. Blancmange.
Yeah. It's lovely. Yeah, lovely.
Apparently you can still buy blancmange.
Yeah, if you want to kind of, get pig's hooves and get them to set into a nice pink solid mass. Lovely.
It reminds me of like, because my mum used to go nuts for creme caramel.
Oh,
she
right.
And that's a bit like the blancmange texture, isn't it?
Yeah, very similar.
Oh, I might go and buy some creme caramel on the way home.
We used to have milk jelly as well back then.
Milk jelly?
Milk jelly, yes, where you'd get like you'd get like raspberry jelly cubes,
right.
And then just as it's almost set, you'd mix in like a little tin of evaporated milk.
Oh, carnation milk.
Yeah, you make milk jelly.
Wow.
That was quite, and sometimes you could put little chunks of pineapple in it.
Oh,
okay, I'll digress anyway. I don't know how we got onto that from talking about Sarah Bernhardt.
No idea.
But blancmange colour, that was it. We've gone full circle. But these are great, these plants. They've got thumping great big eyes on there, on the root system. So we normally say I mean, there is that stupid saying, say, if you move a peony, it won't flower for 7 years.
Oh, this winds you up, doesn't it? It's not true.
That's just rubbish.
Those eyes.
I've moved peonies and they've flowered the following year. Now, there is an option or possibility that this could flower for you in 2026. I'm not going to promise that.
It's a big bare root. Look at the size of it.
It's a thumping great big bare root, this one. But if you think this root piece has been taken from an established peony, well, if we'd left that in situ, chances are that bud
would have flowered.
That would have flowered.
Yeah.
So there's every chance that you could get flowers the following year, and I have seen that. I remember where we used to work at Ideal World years ago. I used to look after the gardens there, and we got lots of bare root peonies, yellow flower ones, tree ones. I planted one autumn, 10 of them, and about 6 or 7 flowered
the next year. There you go.
So that could happen, but once they get flowering, peonies can keep flowering for 50 to 60 years.
Whoa.
You can get a dozen or so.
That's a long time.
It's a long, tell me about it.
It's going to outlive you. And me. And me.
And but yeah, I mean, they can live 50 to 60 years. You can get a dozen stems, you can get a dozen flower per stem, and you can get, sort of 4 to 5 weeks of flowers from
45 weeks?
45 weeks.
4 to 5 weeks.
Oh, 425 weeks. Don't make me...
Sorry. All right, that's your giant peony, Sarah Bernhardt. It's the bare root plant. Amazing quality that you're getting there. £8.49 is the discount club price on that one. Your offer code is YGTV4925. That's how you're going to get your free postage. It should be £6.99 postage, but not while you're watching YGTV. Just use that code to get your free postage on there. We have a daffodil for you coming up next. This is the Narcissus Mixed Miniature. Camera's doing weird things again. We've got the Narcissus Mixed Miniature Pack. You're going to get 35 different... No, well, they're not all completely individual, but you're going to get mixed varieties, but 35 bulbs.
Yep, and they're great because these are the nice compact type of what we normally call miniature daffodils. You can see here, I mean, this isn't necessarily representative, but you will get a really, really beautiful mix. And, some will be slightly taller, some will be small. You can get some of the lovely sort of, I think that's like Thalia, the one at the front there.
Yeah, I think you're right.
You could get minnow, you could get jetfire, lots of lovely, beautiful little different varieties. What's that double flower one called? Is it Jack?
No, it's called...
what's his name? It's named after somebody, isn't it?
Darn it, that's going to really annoy me.
Is it like a Disney? It's like a famous character from a book, isn't it? Pickwick? No. Oh, dear me.
Jack. No.
It's good. Anyway.
Oh, that's going to really wind me up now.
We'll get it in a minute. But the great thing about this mix is it'll give you that extended flower display. They're nice and compact, so you can use them to grow in beds and borders. There is a Jack Snipe.
There is. It's not that one I'm thinking of, though.
So they will grow, in beds and borders. They'll grow in lawns where they'll kind of naturalise and look really, really good. But they're actually compact enough to grow in hanging baskets, window boxes, pots, troughs, containers, all those different places. They'll come back year after year. They'll multiply. They'll die down reasonably quickly after they've flowered. So you don't have to sort of put up with foliage for month after month after month. But honestly, 35 beautiful bulbs for £8.49.
It's so good, isn't it?
And no, it's not too late to plant bulbs now.
It is
honestly.
not.
You can keep planting these right up until early in the new year. If you want these, but you're not going to get time to plant them, when you get them home, keep them somewhere cool, dark and dry. And just make sure the rodents can't get to nibble on them.
600317 is the item number. 35 of those mixed miniature daffodil bulbs. £8.49 is your delivery. You could just buy that if you want. I mean, don't, get some more stuff, but it could just be £8.49 delivered price, and you'll get a bag of 35 bulbs. Let's move on. We've got the hellebores for you. This is the double queen mix. Look at the colours.
The colours are just phenomenal on this. I actually doubled up on this because I've got 12 of these in my garden.
Rip Van Winkle,
Rip
yes.
Van Winkle, that's it.
Mauricia, thank you. I know I said Jack, sorry. It's Rip Van Winkle.
Yes.
That's the one, Mauricia. You're an angel, thank you. He was like in...
Oh no, we've done another thing now, haven't we? Where did Rip Van Winkle come from? It's like we're going down a rabbit hole with this one. Yeah.
Moving on, moving on. Hellebore double queen.
Yeah, so I've got 12 of these. I planted them about 4 or 5 weeks ago, and the reason I planted them is because I want this incredible colour in the middle of winter. Because honestly, again, if you're not into gardening or you're a novice, you'd look at these and you'd think, oh, they're beautiful summer flowering plants, aren't they? I can just imagine these in June or July with all these beautiful, delicate flowers. The irony of these is that these stunning flowers appear not in the middle of summer, but the middle of winter, during the coldest, meanest, nastiest time of the year. That is when they start to flower for you. They get about 12 inches tall, super double flowers. Some are a really solid colour, like those deep port kind of wine-coloured ones. Look at this beauty in the middle here, with speckled foliage, double speckled petals, double petals on there as well. Evergreen foliage on these, so even when they're not flowering, they always got something to offer for you all the way through the year. And they start to attempt to flower about the same time as snowdrops come out, and they will go all the way through till mid to late spring. They'll grow in full shade, part shade, or sun, beds and borders, pots and containers. The only thing they ask really is sort of a moisture retentive, well-drained soil. But other than that, they are the easiest plants to grow. But it is odd to think that such stunningly beautiful flowers decide to make an appearance in months like late January, February and March. But they
absolutely, and this is why we love hellebores. Shade-loving plants, long-lived perennial, will multiply and spread throughout your garden, and this is what's going to make your garden look absolutely amazing in the months leading up to those spring flowers bursting into bloom. It'll make you want to go outside. 6 of those plug plants included. You are getting a saving, so make sure you enter your code, and you will get free postage on that. I love the way they're delivered. These miniature greenhouses really do make such a big difference. It keeps it creates the perfect environment for those plants to live. It keeps some of the moisture inside there, but also holds them nice and tight in place in the box when they are being delivered to you as well, so they arrive in the best condition. 480961 is the item number for your hellebores. And finally, on the favourites table, we've got the gorgeous Barnsley Baby, the compact mallow plant.
Yeah, Barnsley Baby's great. I remember Lavatiras, when they first came out back in the 80s, everybody went bonkers for them, and then they realised that they were these great big dorky plants that got 3 or 4 metres tall, that split, that got really scruffy, and they fell out of favour, and then somebody actually bred a variety that was compact, and this is it, the Barnsley Baby. And this is great because it's all the attributes of a Lavatera, but a plant that's only 60 to 75 centimetres tall, perhaps a metre kind of high, but for month after month after month, you'll get hundreds of those beautiful marshmallow, soft pink flowers. Lovely upright habit to it. The pollinating insects will adore them. They come back year after year. They're compact enough to grow in pots and containers, or you can grow them in the ground. They'll grow in very poor soils as well. Just 2 things they'll ask of you though. They like a sunny position, and they like a reasonably well-drained soil. But other than that, the easiest thing to grow to get the most maximum amount of flowers with the minimum amount of effort.
Honestly, they are amazing. I put 2 in a 30-litre heavy-duty pot. Probably could have just put 1 in there, but they are growing nicely together. But just bear in mind where you're putting them. They're beautifully compact. 510339, the item number. You're going to get 3 of them, and you are saving £16.98. £11.04 is your discount club price delivered. Remember, we do free postage here at YG TV as long as you use the code. Now, all of you, if you're buying plants, you're gonna need some compost, aren't you? And you're going to need the best compost, and that's exactly what we bring you here. It is our most 5-star rated product that we bring you. It is the most repeat purchased item that we bring you. 100064 is the item number. It's 2 40-litre bags. Please, 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 if you've never tried our compost, just give it a go, because you will never look back. You'll be so pleased that you used this, and you will constantly want to use it. It makes the biggest difference. Packed with awesome ingredients, a slow-release fertiliser, it's pH balanced, so it's perfect for the majority of things in your garden. Composted wood fibre, 3 types of peat, but reduced peat quantities, because, hey, we're concerned about the environment as well. And your plants will thank you for using it. 100064 is the item number if you'd like to go for that one. We've also got the mini orchard. birds, which is one of the items that we are most famous for here at YouGarden. I remember working with Peter 20 years ago when we used to sell on YouGarden. I actually worked as a producer there at the time, and I remember him bringing these mini orchards to the channel, and we still do it now. We've got 4 of these mini trees in the collection. Let's hear from our head gardener about these, shall we?
Plant a tree and improve the environment is the big message here. But these are fabulous because not only are you planting 3 trees in this case, but they're productive trees. So if you're going to plant a tree, is a great thing to do. Great for the environment, great for the world. Plant a fruit tree, great for your pocket, great for your health, because you're now going to save money. These will produce tens and tens of pounds of fruit in weight every year from the 3rd year onwards.
Wow.
A mature apple Braeburn could produce between 40 and 50 pounds of fruit in weight per season once it's fully mature. A Victoria plum, that picture of the Victoria plum you can see there.
Yeah.
I was actually, I don't think I took the picture, but I was there the day the pictures and the videos were taken. That was just in Cambridge, just north of Cambridge, in a little village called Cottenham. And they were astonishing, but you see the branches that are almost like cascading down there. That's the weight of the fruit doing that to them. And you, again, can pick 30, 40 or even 50 pounds of fruit from a mature Victoria plum. And then conference pear, which is the 3rd of these, you've got Braeburn apple, you've got conference pear, then you've got the beautiful, beautiful plum, but you've got all 3 of those included. But the pear is divine. That was a friend's hand, but in my garden. So that is a tree in my garden. God. Massively productive, and they'll live for 40, 50, even 60 years. This is a commercial grade fruit tree that's on a dwarfing rootstock. So you could grow this in a smaller garden. This is going to get to a couple of metres tall. You can prune it really easily. And the rule of thumb with pruning fruit trees is you summer prune for fruit. Who'd have thought you summer prune fruit trees? The professionals do. Summer prune for fruit, winter prune for growth. So if you want your tree to stop growing vigorously, and it's a fruit tree, prune it in the summer. If you want it to grow and grow in size and stature, winter pruning is the answer. So it couldn't be easier, but that's the rule of thumb. And this is Braeburn apple. So this will live for the next 50 or so years. Plant it in a sunny position. Plant it somewhere where there's plenty of airflow. The rule of thumb I always say is if you stand like this, go over there. Go on.
Like
Put
this,
your arm
yeah,
up like that. Okay, so I'm one tree. That's the closest the next tree needs to be. So I always think about 2 metres in a garden setting, and that allows plenty of light, plenty of airflow, plenty of sunshine. And you could plant these in a row, in a sunny position, all 3 of them together, about 6 foot or 2 metres apart. Okay. You could live, basically, in a block of flats.
Yeah, you could, couldn't you?
You could have an external balcony area, and you can still grow your own apples, pears and plums, because the space you need is this. Yeah. And actually, at this time of year, you can put them right together, because they're dormant at this time of year. There are no leaves. It's only really from about March onwards, when they're coming into leaf and they're blossoming, you just need to give them a little bit more space to get around them and allow the pollinators in. But they are all self-fertile. So all 3 of these varieties will...
Brilliant.
So Braeburn will pollinate itself. Victoria will pollinate itself. Conference will pollinate itself. So you don't need to worry about, do I need a second apple? No, you don't. Do you need a second pear? No, you don't. Do you need a second plum? No, you don't. It's all fine. So they're compact. They're professional quality. They're grower quality. They're self-fertile. Great for pots, great for the garden.
And what's the maximum kind of height these are going to grow, Peter?
Well, interestingly, if you grow them in pots, that slightly topiarizes them, slightly dwarfs them, if you like, so it will stop the growth. But left unchecked, they would eventually get to 2 metres, maybe 3 metres eventually. But
that's not huge, though, is
not
it?
really.
No.
But the way to stop that is just take out the leader. So this is the leader. This is known as the leader, this central stem, because what plants know up from down. They know what gravity is. Strange to think that, but they really do. So they have this thing called apical dominance. And apical dominance says there will always be one branch in any tree that is the leader. It's pointing to the sun, pointing to the sky, and opposing gravity. If you just get a pair of secateurs and at 45 degrees just take out the central leader, and then one of these other branches will eventually take over, and in 2 years do it again. And what happens when you take the leader out is you get all of this lovely feathering, all of these lovely side branches, and it's the side branches that give you the biggest crops of fruit.
Now, obviously, that piece of film was when we had the 3 collection, but today we have got the 4 collection. So you are getting the Cherry Stella, the Apple Brabo and the Pear Conference and the Victoria Plum. But obviously, everything that Peter was saying there relates to the Bare Root Orchard. Remember, they can grow in pots and containers. And remember, you're getting an amazing deal today. £29.72 is all you're going to pay. If that's the only item you want today, you can get those 4 trees delivered for £29.72 if you're a club member and you enter the discount code. This week's code is YGTV 4925. You will pay postage if you shop on the website, but you don't pay postage if you shop from the YGTV items on the website. Right, we've got another table to show you. We've only got 10 minutes remaining in this 2-hour show. Thanks for spending your time with us this afternoon. Let's just show you the last few items we've got for you, starting off with the Chionodoxa that we've got here. I think these are super cute. I found these growing in my village where I live, underneath a great big, I don't even know what the tree is, a really well-established, mature, just beautiful tree, and these were just dotted around the floor surrounding that tree, and they looked so pretty in spring.
They are really, really stunning, these Becks. I've grown them for the first time this year myself. I've got some troughs which I bought. I planted loads of these in troughs. I'm so looking forward to these coming up next spring. I've seen these grown in different people's gardens, customers' gardens, and they are such a cheery, happy, beautiful bulb in spring. We've got a lovely mix of colours here for you. We've got the deep blue, we've got the purple, we've got the pinks, we've got those lovely, lovely pure whites. And like the crocuses we were talking about earlier on, these are great because right at the end of a British winter, when it's really, been horrible and dark and grey, suddenly the ground bursts forth with life and colour, and these are some of the earliest bulbs to flower. And on a sunny day, carpets of these just gently kind of nodding their heads in the breeze look wonderful, and they grow almost anywhere. Once they become happy and established, they'll seed about, and also they'll reproduce by producing extra little bulbs as well, so you'll get more year on year. Pots, containers, beds and borders, almost anywhere really, apart from deep shade. By sort of mid-spring or very late spring, midsummer, they die down, they disappear underground. And you'll completely forget about them till next spring, when they'll come back again, and they'll just give you so much joy and pleasure at that time of year when colour is so lacking.
And they will naturalise, they will multiply a little bit as well. So once you've planted them, they can, spread
easily,
a little bit.
yeah.
So this is a wonderful thing about the Chionodoxa. Really welcome garden guests. Some bulbs are really annoying because they take ages to die back down, and you're just left with tatty looking foliage. You don't get that with Chionodoxa at all. It is a pack of 60 bulbs, but they are small, so don't panic. And you're going to plant these in clusters. I'd probably be planting them in 2 groups, 30 and 30, or 320, so it's not going to take long to get those planted at all.
Easily, or 4 groups of 15, 20,
Yeah.
whatever really, but yeah. Or 6 group of 10, Matt said.
Should we do some more combinations?
Yeah, or 1 group of 60.
It's not going to take long to get them planted. Plant them 2 to 3 times the depth of the height of the bulb, and you're done. And that's it. That's it for the life of those plants. 600155 is the item number if you'd like to go for those. £8.49 is your delivered price on that one. Oh, by the way, you go to YouGarden.com to place your orders. If you're brand new to watching us, hello, my name's Bex. This is Adam. Matt is in control. We are on in the afternoons now. We used to do mornings, but we've gone back to our original time slot. We're on Thursday afternoon, 2 till 4. That's when we're live, and you can watch all these shows back on repeat throughout the week on YouTube, on Facebook, or via the YouGarden website. If you love your gardening, this is definitely the place to be. We've also got for you the Agapanthus Poppin' Purple, and you might think, hang on, that's a summer flower. Why are you bringing us that now? Well, the reason we bring you these now is because there's so much gardening you can do at the moment. And if you get them in now, they can spend their time just getting their roots in, getting established, sitting nice and dormant over winter. And then next year they can spring into life for you. Yes, you can still do your gardening in spring, but there's a lot to be said for getting your garden organised and ready now, isn't there?
Definitely, because the only thing with gardening is it always catches you out, because you during the winter you take a breath, don't you? And you think, oh, I've got loads of time. And look at the
and then you get to spring and all of a sudden you run out of time.
Yeah, everything kind of happens at once. So, I mean, these plants are absolutely, I mean, they're more than gagging for getting in the ground.
I love those roots, look at them.
Just bonkers. Agapanthus, very, very easy to grow. Just 2-3 simple demands. Agapanthus, well-drained soil, sunny, warm spot. That's where they do well. Not particularly fussed about super rich soils. Pots, containers, beds and borders. And the nice thing about Poppin' Purple, it's a repeat flowering one. So it can keep flowering over about 3 or 4 months, which is really, really good.
Yeah, I love that. And they start out these really deep, dark buds and then open up into the most beautiful shade of purple here, staggering, eye-catching blooms, and you're going to get 3 of those pots as well. Keep those roots restricted. That's how you keep those flowers coming through. And actually, I'm going to recommend not to use our compost with the agapanthus. They don't want to be treated too nicely, do they?
No,
you want to treat them a bit mean.
Yeah, because we've seen pictures of them growing like on coastal areas, growing in sand dunes and sandy banks and places like that. So, yeah, and sandy soil is very, very poor in nutrients, so they can survive in most places as long as it's sunny, sheltered and well drained.
560963, the item number there, 2122 for all 3 of those. Some of my favourite tulip bulbs for you next. These are the ice creams, and these are some of the sort of premium range that we bring you. A little bit different and unusual when it comes to tulips.
You grew these, didn't you?
I grew these, yeah, they were beautiful. And that bit there that you can see here, that green bit, you think is a leaf, it's not, it's part of the petal.
Which is almost a bit like the parrot tulips. They have that kind of sort of green colouring at the base. And what I like about these as well, we've got another picture, I don't know if we got it or not, but when they open out, they almost look like peonies, like white peony flowers.
Inside,
so, yeah, inside. So, you know, they really, really are a tulip with sort of different characters and different personalities. When you see the bud nice and tight there, as Bex mentioned, with that lovely sort of flame of green going up through, and then you've got that ice creamy kind of bit in the middle. And there we go. Look at that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Nice, warm, sunny day. You could almost be forgiven for thinking they were white peony flowers. Great big, voluptuous, sort of rich, deep kind of flower heads on those, looking absolutely glorious and really, really different and unusual.
I think so they grow a little bit shorter, and because the flowers are so full, actually these don't get affected by the wind as much as other tulips do, and that's certainly what I discovered when I grew these. You're getting 10 of those bulbs, 630049 the item number, and £8.49 for that pack of 10 bulbs there. If you want something a little bit different when it comes to your tulip flowers, definitely add the novelty premium ice creams into your basket. Finally, on this table, we've got another daffodil for you, which is where you are going to get a full kit included. So you're going to get 20 litres of our premium professional compost, the best compost. Hang on, let me just give it another slap. Hang on. There you go. And you're also going to get the square planter included. You're going to get your 30 tete-a-tete daffodil bulbs and 100 grams of our amazing Blooming Fast fertiliser. Wonderful little kit.
What's so blooming amazing about that blooming stuff then?
Well, it's high in NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, which are the 3 main elements for your plant. It'll work on the roots, the shoots, the fruits or the flowers. But you've also got all of your trace elements in there as well.
And that's what I love about it, Bex, as well, because somebody once said to me, oh, that stuff's no better than tomato feed. And
yeah, it is.
No, actually it is. Now, tomato feed is good, but it doesn't have the amount of trace elements that's in there. And you might be thinking, well, why have you given me that with daffodils? Daffodils don't need feeding. They do. If you grow them in pots and you water them and feed them after they're flowered and as they're dying down, that will really plump up the bulbs. It will give the bulbs lots of energy, so it means the following year you're guaranteed to have more flowers, bigger flowers, bolder flowers. So don't just let them flower and ignore them. Use that feed to water them and feed them, plus your other pots as well. And of course, what you can do is, if you want to, great thing about growing bulbs in containers is you can bring those containers right up to the house, to the patio doors when they're flowering really, really nicely. And then when you fall out of love with them, when the flowers have gone over, you might be thinking, oh, I don't want to be looking at leaves dying down for week after week. We can just take the whole thing, stick it behind the shed, put it out of sight.
Hide it.
Yeah, or just take the daffodils out, plant them in the garden and use this for some nice summer bedding. You can see there lots of options. You've got the beautiful tete-a-tete there with the pansies growing underneath. So, you've got options with this, but it's a great little kit. I want everything you need, and it's really a nice little kit to get your children or grandchildren involved with, to get them started growing daffodils, because they're so guaranteed to flower, daffodils. Once you're a kid and you get a success gardening, you're hooked for life, pretty much.
You are, absolutely. And I think it's a wonderful gift idea. If you are scrabbling around thinking about some gift ideas, you've got maybe most of your Christmas presents sorted and you're just wondering what to get that one person, then this could be delivered for £21.22, and you've got everything there ready for that person to crack on with their planting. And it will keep till Christmas as well. It's not like you have to worry about, oh, is it going to go over or anything like that. It will keep till Christmas. 201102 is the item number for the mini daffodil planting kit. big thank you to all of you in the chat today. I mean, we've had Suzanne and Jules, Mauricia, George, we've had Neil, Rachel, Malcolm, Verna. Oh, I don't want to miss anybody out. Carol. Anne, Naomi, Amanda, Gillian, Dingo, you've all been on Facebook as well. Thanks for sending in any emails to us. We did get to show all of those pictures earlier on. We'll be back live again next Thursday, 2 till 4 o'clock. So if you want to come and join us for that, you can do. You can catch up on this show at any time as well via the website yougarden.com, on YouTube or on Facebook. And we will repeat it in the Sunday slot where we were live, but we're just taking a bit of a break over Christmas and stuff. But we're going to be live on, I say we, I'm going home. I'm sorry. I'm done. Adam's going to do TikTok this afternoon.
Yeah,
so if you're one of the TikTokers.
So that'd be good. Yeah, lots of deals, bundles, flash sales, all the kind of stuff. And then, like I've mentioned earlier on, we've got the best prices in the live shows.
Absolutely. So if you are on TikTok, join Adam from 5. If you're not on TikTok, come back and join us again next Thursday afternoon at 2 till 4. We are going to say goodbye to you now. Enjoy your Thursday and we'll see you very soon. Bye.
Bye.